Alright, let's talk about Sam Hickey, the rising middleweight star who's not just making waves in British boxing but also bringing a whole new level of showmanship to the sport. Now, when I first heard about Hickey, what immediately stood out to me was his background. This guy isn't just a boxer, he's a showman, literally. He's a member of the Showman's Guild, part of a community that travels around the country running fairgrounds and carnivals. Personally, I think this is what makes him so fascinating. Boxing has always been about entertainment, but Hickey brings a unique flair to it. It's like he's blending two worlds, the grit of the ring and the spectacle of the fairground. What many people don't realize is that this background isn't just a fun fact, it's a huge part of his identity and how he approaches his career. If you take a step back and think about it, this guy could have been running a Ferris wheel right now, but instead, he's knocking people out in the ring. That's a story, right? Now, let's dive into his boxing career. Hickey's only 5 fights into his professional journey, but he's already making a name for himself. His last fight against Todd Tompkins was a masterclass in timing and power. That knockout wasn't just a highlight reel moment, it was a statement. In my opinion, what this really suggests is that Hickey isn't just a prospect, he's a contender in the making. His sharp movement and counter-punching skills are impressive, but it's his ability to finish fights that sets him apart. Pro boxing is as much about entertainment as it is about winning, and Hickey gets that. He's not just here to survive, he's here to thrive and put on a show. What makes this really interesting is his connection to Scottish boxing history. Hickey comes from Dundee, the same town as Dick McTaggart, one of the greatest British amateur boxers of all time. McTaggart was a legend who never turned pro, and Hickey seems to be carrying that legacy forward. When Hickey talks about McTaggart's advice, keep your hands up, it feels like more than just a technical tip. It's a reminder of the discipline and humility that's rooted in the sport. One thing that immediately stands out is how Hickey respects the history of boxing while also carving his own path. He wants to follow in the footsteps of Scottish greats like Josh Taylor and Ricky Burns, but he's doing it his way. From my perspective, this blend of respect for tradition and ambition to innovate is what makes him such a compelling figure. Now, let's talk about his upcoming fight against Brad Axe. Axe is no pushover, he's an ambitious prospect with a solid record. But Hickey seems confident, and I think that confidence is well placed. What this fight really represents is a stepping stone for Hickey. If he can dominate here, it'll propel him closer to the big shows in Scotland, which is where he ultimately wants to be. Personally, I think this is where Hickey's showmanship will truly shine. He's not just fighting to win, he's fighting to entertain. And in a sport where entertainment value can make or break a career, that's a huge advantage. But here's the deeper question, can Hickey become Scotland's next boxing superstar? I think he's got the skills, the charisma, and the backstory to do it. What many people don't realize is that boxing isn't just about what happens in the ring, it's about the story you tell outside of it. Hickey's story, from fairgrounds to fight nights, is one that resonates. It's relatable, it's inspiring, and it's uniquely his. If you take a step back and think about it, boxing needs characters like Hickey. The sport thrives on personalities, and he's got personality in spades. So, as we watch Hickey's career unfold, I'm not just excited about his fights, I'm excited about what he represents. He's a reminder that boxing is as much about the show as it is about the sport. In my opinion, Sam Hickey isn't just a rising star, he's a game changer. And I, for one, can't wait to see what he does next. What do you think? Is Hickey the next big thing in British boxing, or is there something I'm missing? Let me know in the comments below.